Welcome one, welcome all. What a surprise I come home to. When I'm at work, I don't look at my phone nearly at all. I did see my friend send this in the Discord and I was like, oh, okay, but I didn't realize like what they really had. I came home, opened up YouTube, saw the video, watched the reveal of all the Valve hardware. We got the Steam controller, the Steam machine, and a new VR headset. I am 100% here for all of this. To preface, I own a Steam Deck. Well, more like 2 Steam Decks since I got the original and the OLED. I let my brother use my original now, and he loves it. First, let's get one out of the way. I don't really do VR, so my excitement certainly doesn't stem from that. I'm excited about the new Steam controller and Steam machine. I love how the Steam controller looks. This thing is exactly what I wanted. I always said the Steam Deck is my favorite controller, and now that they are actually making that as a controller essentially by just removing the screen, I'm 100% there, day one. I love the charging puck, as the guy called it, because this is exactly how I game. And so it just spoke to me immediately with the charger coming up the back of the desk. So all I will have to do is put my controller down and it's charging. It's so ideal and convenient, especially for me because I'm a very distracted gamer and all my friends in the Discord, they know I get up and walk away a lot. So having this convenience of throwing it on a charger like this will be very awesome. But aside from that, the reason why I'm so down for a Steam controller is because the Steam Deck as a controller holding that thing is one of the most comfortable controllers ever. And Valve just understands that comfortability and convenience. For most people, I would say that is a top, if not near top priority when it comes to purchasing things like this. I remember when the Steam Deck came out and they were showing the process they went through of making it, and they showed like how they had all these posters of how a human thumb like swivels and like the radius that it will move in and things, just so they could know how to make a controller that is comfortable for pretty much everybody. So this, with the trackpads and everything combined with Steam input, it's just going to be absolutely amazing. Now though, to discuss the one that most would probably question me for being hyped about, but I'm so hyped about it. The Steam machine. This looks so amazing. From just a quick glance, a literal PC running Steam OS. I know, I am already a PC gamer, but I am more than likely buying this. Well, I mean, that depends on price and things. When we find out about all that, that'll really determine, do I get it, do I not? Now, some of you may ask, why would you even want a pre-made PC when you own a PC that you built yourself? Well, again, it depends on the price. And to be honest, curiosity definitely drives me forward on this one. But it would be nice to have a second PC for game servers, like things like I have a server me and my friends hop into every once in a while for Palworld, and I'd definitely like to have servers for some other games. Having a PC that runs Linux is also something I've wanted, and some of you may say, just dual boot. And I could, but it would be even cooler for some games if I could play on one and use the other as the PC to handle all the streaming and recording, instead of stressing the crap out of one PC with all those heavy processes. Plus, not having to shut off my PC and just swapping the input on my monitor when I want to go over to Linux, that would be really nice as well. I can't wait to find out the prices for all this and get a better idea of what I really want. Will I wait? Will I get it day one? Will I get the Steam machine at all? I can't say for sure till prices are out, but I'm really excited to find out. I could totally see the Steam machine undercutting all competitors at something like the $600 mark. Normally, I'd guess that they will wait for the others to announce their prices, then Valve announce theirs, but they've announced theirs way ahead of next gen even being a thing. Valve never seems to care what others are doing though. They just move when they decide it's time. And maybe ahead of other consoles is the move. People get their hands on it, hopefully good word of mouth spreads, and potentially when people see this one's price compared to PlayStation and definitely Xbox, people may start to look at Steam Machine in a different light. I mean, the Steam Deck, I think, is a shining example of what that does. The Steam Deck, whether you want to say it initiated the handheld popularity for devices, that's, one thing. I mean, there's the Switch, of course, and all that, but the Switch and the Steam Deck, I think, get looked at differently. Maybe they're looked at more closely now because other handhelds are more like PCs and the Steam Deck is closer to a console than what people view as a PC when it comes to, again, relative to other PC handhelds. So when people want a handheld right now that's convenient and console-like, everybody recommends the Steam Deck. When people talk about value and bang for your buck, everybody talks about the Steam Deck. Relative to when people ask about what handheld should I get, I don't think Steam Deck is ever out of the race for most people when it comes to, do I want a gaming handheld? But PC handhelds in and of themselves is still, I guess, technically a niche because, I mean, how many I think last we heard there was like 6 million Steam Decks sold. So it's not a huge market, but Valve is growing in the hardware market. And so that brings me to a question that I have about it is, how many people are going to look at the Steam Machine and realize when you can't play things like Fortnite or Destiny and things like that, how many people are going to look at it and say, well, I want to be able to play those games, so I'm not going to go with this? But on the flip side, and on the back of that question, I wonder how many people does it take owning and playing on one of these as their primary source of playing games? How many people does it take for that until things like Fortnite and Destiny and Call of Duty or whoever start looking at it and saying, hey, there's a market there. Maybe we should look into getting our games running on SteamOS. And that's what gets me excited, thinking about the fact that us, the consumers, can make something like this happen. If we, the consumers, want to buy into this, then we can make Linux and SteamOS something where of course my phone went off. We can make that a place where we can play multiplayer games like Call of Duty and Fortnite and all this other garbage that I don't play but other people tend to enjoy. For me, it's just about having that general support and compatibility that I am excited to hopefully see Valve, Linux, SteamOS begin to receive from developers as these products, hopefully, if they come out and they're good and all that and everything is ideal, obviously, they become popular enough where compatibility and all this becomes more of a given. But I've yapped long enough. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think about everything Valve announced today with the Steam Machine, the VR headset, the controller? Are you interested in any three of these or all three or maybe just two of them? Let me know. Let me hear it all down below. What do you think about Valve just really pushing to enter the hardware space? And do you think it'll become popular enough where more casual games will get that compatibility and support that it needs to really get over the hump and get more casual gamers into the mix on something like a Steam Machine? One last opinion I want to share here that I just thought of is they really just need one big domino to fall for all the other ones to look and say, hey, they're doing it. That looks like a pretty good market right now. Why don't we get in on that? It takes one big domino. The irony is that most of the big dominoes that need to fall are owned by the exact competition Valve is trying to go up against by entering the hardware space. Sony owns Destiny. Epic Games, they're not hardware, but they're definitely competition with each other, and they own Fortnite. Microsoft/Xbox is both software and hardware, and they own Call of Duty. So there are some pretty big dominoes that need to fall for the Steam machine, I think, to get over what is a massive hurdle to be able to comfortably live in this space and attract more casual gamers. So it almost feels like they really just need this one domino to fall, but it's a huge domino and it's a domino in the hand of their competitors. So let me know what you think about that as well, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.